tough. That's love. 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 I've been doing that. You've been doing this. We've been doing it rough.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And an inspired rendition of our national anthem. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Derrick Rose.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Gordon Hayward signed with Charlotte last season. He said we're anything but older and veteran, but we keep finding ways to win in clutch situations. That's something to build on. Each day, each game, we're getting better. You do that, and the results will take care of themselves. Guys, back to you.
Well, they are fun to watch, certainly, David. Thanks. And the starting group for the Spurs. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Mr. Fundamentals is out there with Green. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Oladipo in at the 2. And for the Hornets, out on the wings for them, Rozier and Hayward. Then there's P.J. Washington. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's Carey in at the center position. And Greg, as the playoffs loom in the distance, for those teams who have overachieved in the regular season, how do they ensure that their success continues in the postseason?
Well, listen, the skeptics will remain. And you've got to understand the playoffs are a different animal. You have to be resilient and adaptable. And when that adversity hits, that's when your focus has to rise.
Now, here's Green. Here's Gonzalez. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And, you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
A nice shot by Carey.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Pass to Oladipo. Back to Rose. On the wing, Wiggins. Spurs working the ball around now. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Intercepted. About a minute played so far here in the first.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Now, here's Oladipo. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around. Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for the Spurs. Going to the line, shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Spurs. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Green. Robinson comes in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Derrick Rose. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Ball against Thomas. San Antonio with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
A savvy passer at his position. Iguodala has that pass-first mentality that his teammates appreciate.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte.
Basketball. Substitution for the Hornets.
.116 left in the first quarter.
Look at this little fella going in there and eating up some glass.
Outside Thomas. Doubled by Smith. Thomas finds Robinson. Iguodala outside. Gonzalez with it. Clock at 4. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Gonzalez has got 8 points.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision. There's a feel for when one of his guys is open.
And it goes down 2 points.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Up top, Gonzalez. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Smith, left side. It's stolen by Gonzalez. Iguodala outside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And the step back, a shot that's become a staple for the league's top scorers. Case in point, Gordon Hayward among that group, and he does it so well.
I really like the step back move. Being at 6'8", I feel like I can use a little bit of my quickness to get an advantage and then step back and tall enough to shoot over some guys. So that's one of my moves.
One of many moves, Greg, but that probably is his signature move now.
Moves and counter moves. Hayward has a lot in his bag to keep defenders off balance.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Robinson. Iguodala out there with Mr. Fundamentals. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Thomas in at the 1. Hornets trail by 8. Passes it to Jones. And Jones with the stuff.
You talk about passing. Smith is one of the best in the game in that aspect. An incredible distributor.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. The pass to Gonzalez.
2 minutes remaining in the
The
first
shot's
half.
good on the assist by
2
Iguodala.
minutes.
Iguodala's got 5 assists tonight.
Hornets.
And Big Ben's roles have adjusted Clark in today's game. You take a young Clark Keller and put him in this style of play. What adjustments would he make?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin. I would love to play this up and down, wide open style of basketball. I'm just not sure if I'd be athletic enough to make it happen, but it is more of a face-up rather than post-up game. And maybe I could be part of a small ball lineup, creating havoc with big guys trying to guard me on the perimeter.
Mr. Fundamentals really making a difference here.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Jones. Hayward comes in for McDaniels. Rozier, he's checked in for Bouknight. And it's ball in for Ish Smith. Washington passes to Rozier. Charlotte no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Gonzalez into the lane, and he banks in the layup. Gonzalez has got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's characteristic.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And it's Washington missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the foul called on P.J. Washington. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
And the Hornets making a change here.
Team foul.
Gary's checked in.
Coming onto the floor for your Hornets, Vernon Carey.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Gonzalez, and he jams it with authority.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Rozier against Robinson. Here's Oubre. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Gonzalez, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first. Tab. He is just shooting it so efficient.
Here's Rozier, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Razor sharp focus there from Rozier earned him that trip to the line.
Defensive foul.
Charlotte's in their first free throw of the night.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
One shot.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. From deep, Rose, and the last-second attempt does not go in for him.
Good job by Rozier to get in position to challenge that shot there.
And that does it for the first half of play. Spurs lead by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with James Borrego. Coach, too many easy buckets for them. Defensively, where do you dig in?
We got to stop penetration. That's the focus right now. They're getting to the paint. Just way too many points in the paint. Too many breakdowns all over the board defensively.
Yeah, that has to tighten up, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It was all about San Antonio as the game got going. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. When the clock ran out in the first quarter, they were up by 8. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
They're running the offense beautifully. Good looks. Their confidence looks sky high. It's going to be hard for that defense to disrupt their flow at this point.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Charlotte?
They wouldn't be in such a deep hole if they hadn't given up so many offensive rebounds. Getting out hustled, getting moved around, losing possessions. The one thing you can control is effort.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Mr. Fundamentals in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. Hayward out there with P.J. Washington. And it's Curry in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Boy, good fundamental footwork that time by Terry Rozier to avoid the defender.
Well, a lot of people were nervous about Rozier's contract. Signed for big money with the Hornets, but he has more than earned it.
You know, at the time, a lot of fans thought it was too much for him, Greg, but to Rozier's credit, he's improved since he inked that deal, and now it's looking like a cap-friendly contract. All you got to do is get open, and Ball's handling the rock, he's going to find you. Melo's got incredible passing ability.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Over in the corner, Green, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Jones checked in for the Hornets. Ish Smith comes in for Rozier. Charlotte on D, trailing here by 8. Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 30 points for Mr. Fundamentals.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
The shot's good from Smith.
Well, I love watching Smith downhill, playing in attack mode. Even though he's one of the smallest guys on the floor, that doesn't keep him from getting inside.
Gonzalez, it doesn't go for him. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And it's Ball in the corner. 1:29 left in the third quarter. Count that bucket.
Boy, he's an incredible ball handler at 6'7". Melo can get space for his shot practically anytime he wants to.
Back to Gonzalez. Over Jones. Gonzalez, that's good. Gonzalez has got 6 points in the quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Some changes for Charlotte. McDaniels checked in for Jones. Oubre comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Bouknight comes in for Smith. San Antonio also making some changes. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. And Thomas subbed in for Rose. Bouknight, no good. Spurs leading by 8. That's tipped. Ball finds Washington. And here is Bouknight. Pass the ball. This one for 3. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Gonzalez. Oh, and it's sent back by Washington.
What a nice job getting up to deny that shot. Washington showing you terrific anticipation on that rejection.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Some changes for Charlotte. Carey's checked in, and it's Rozier in for Ball.
Rozier the third.
.20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Thomas against Rozier. 5 to shoot. Misses off the left iron.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the distance.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
San Antonio shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Mr. Fundamentals, Isaiah Thomas out there with Duncan Robinson. And there's Iguodala. And it's Bates Diop in at the 3 spot.
You know, there you see the instincts of IT. Sensing when his man is broken free and then getting the ball there on time.
Rozier against Thomas. Pass to Bouknight. A three-pointer, no good. San Antonio leading by 12. They get a hand on it. The 3. It's hauled in by Bates Diop. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Here's Thomas. No good that time. Some solid defense from Rozier. And Gonzalez pulls it down. Gonzalez has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Going inside, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 14. 1:51 left to play here in the fourth. Some changes here for the Hornets. Washington's checked in for McDaniel. Hayward comes in for Oubre, and Ball subbed in for Bouknight. San Antonio also making some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Iguodala. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Washington driving to the basket. Passes it to Carey. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Boy, an excellent passer for a big man. P.J. Washington's floor awareness, impressive.
Rose in the post. He's covered by Ball. Gonzalez, that's good. Gonzalez has got 40 points.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Rozier looking around. And they'll get another chance. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the pass to Carey. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And Rozier seeing the floor that well makes everything easier for him and his team.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for San Antonio.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And They found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And a one-sided season series this has been. In the final game of the year between these two, they end up doing everything necessary to finish up with a 2-0 record against the Hornets.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Mr. Fundamentals.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
One shot.
.51 seconds left in the fourth. Hornets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Rozier. No good off the front iron.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Gonzalez, that's good. Gonzalez has got 45 points.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
The kick out to Rozier. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here are the Spurs with the ball. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Here's Gonzalez. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Gonzalez has got 47 points.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.